Hello. I was lucky enough to inherit a collection of writings of wit and wisdom from a very special, very complicated woman. This collection came to me after an inheritance was declined by several parties, which apparently is not common, but does happen within families who have exceptionally acrimonious dynamics. It was her final wish that her teachings were available to as wide an audience as possible. In an attempt to fulfil this wish, I have contravened another of her stipulations. That is, I am using a medium that she loathed. If she's watching over me, as threatened in Appendix 3, I can only apologise. Mrs. Marta Maudlin, Marnie to her friends, although apparently no one ever called her that. I can offer no introduction better than the one she wrote for herself, so I'll hand over. In her own words, Advice for Modern Youth of All Ages by Mrs. Marta Maudlin. Introduction. A warning. We are living in an age where even grandparents themselves grew up with access to the sum of human knowledge piped into their homes from around the world through the telephone wires and an invisible spore-like particulate matter through the air and outer space. Young people are bombarded by the opinions and assertions of the world at large with superficial smatterings of things that do not concern their lives and which they could never hope to fully understand. This excess information fills up the mind and expunges the more important teachings of their young lives. As the generations that grew up with this dangerous level of access to the information superhighway themselves age, the erstwhile seat of wisdom within a family is now straddled, legs akimbo, by people who have never experienced life without the internet. In short, the grandparents of today were born too late to know anything. More people than ever before have no access to the living guidance of those with wisdom only based on their own experiences and the teachings of their own pre-education parents and grandparents. With unregulated, accessible sources, both credible and incredible, the young people of the world are more misinformed than at any previous point in human history. Before my death, which may of course come at any time, I feel a great compulsion, a responsibility and duty to ensure that the people of the future are alerted to serious dangers which are now being forgotten or dismissed, even pooh-poohed at an unprecedented rate. The cautionary tales compiled herein are not an easy read. The catastrophic horrors of failing to take advice from the experienced are real and myriad. The popular expression is not for the faint of heart, but in this case it is absolutely imperative that even the youngest and most faint of heart individuals are seriously affected and chastened by these true facts and sad tales. I have attempted to present this advice in a manner which will be palatable and accessible even to those whose eyes have been dimmed by exposure to bright lights and unnatural colours, and whose minds have been dulled by the learning of such phrases as "please cite your sources" and "do your research." Take heed.